Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Chat Club podcast.
Hey, guys.
And good morning.
Good morning, Brandon.
How are you, Faye?
I'm pretty darn well. It is 8:03 in the morning
8:03
on this beautiful Saturday.
Yes. We are filming this weekend. This is not the first time we've done it. We do this if literally the work does not the week does not work out, and we just want to get an episode. So we did this last season, but basically this week I made the move back to Iowa for the summer, and we are not traveling down to Florida anymore for the time being. But we're driving back. We drove back a car, and we stopped in Nashville. We stopped in St. Louis, and we made a little trip out of it.
That's cute.
So yeah, it was cute. So that's why this week didn't quite work out. And Faith had book club, which I want to hear.
It's today.
Oh, it's today.
Yeah.
You were setting up last night.
Yeah.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah, it's at 3:00 today. I'm excited. We were almost going to
God.
cancel it because Jamie thought she had the flu, but it was actually food poisoning,
no.
so we're okay.
Oh,
We're good.
hallelujah.
I know, because she's the one who's hosting it. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Understood.
Yeah, so that's why
Understood.
we were going to cancel it. But
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So yeah,
shout out
this
to
week
you.
has been.
Love you.
Love you, Jamie. I'm so glad
Sorry
to
about-
hear that you are not.
Yeah.
Having the
I'm
flu.
sorry to bring that up. It's like that.
No, it's okay.
It's like on Mean Girls. I'm sorry for telling everyone you had diarrhea at Barnes & Noble. And I'm sorry for bringing it up now. That's how I feel about talking about Jamie's
Why
food
is that
poisoning.
so relatable? Like in high school,
Seriously,
if
though.
you needed to go, you went to Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, mine, I don't know. There was never a bathroom at Barnes & Noble in the mall. It was the food court bathroom. And that was just as horrific.
Just as horrific.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm just flashback. Sorry, I have PTSD from that. Anyways, but yeah, we have a good episode for you guys, and yeah, it's just exciting.
Yeah.
We have some
I missed
fun
you.
stories. But Faith, tell me about your week. Tell me what you guys did.
Let me see. I finished my book for book club literally the other day. It was so good. Felt a little rushed at the end, but it's okay. I still enjoyed it.
Book were you guys reading?
It was called The Deal by Elle Kennedy.
Okay.
And have you ever read Icebreaker? It's like those hockey romance books.
No. Oh, you were telling me about this.
Yeah, so it's like that, and it was actually very good. And I listened to it, and the voices were great. Well, I didn't like the girl voice, but the boy voice, Garrett.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So now I'm listening to
Love.
Icebreaker. I just started it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I miss my old voices. I miss the voices from The Deal. The boy who's supposed to narrate for the main male character in this book, he sounds like a weatherman. He talks like a weatherman. And I strolled into the coffee shop today. And I'm like, shut up.
Oh my God.
It's so annoying. So I'm like, just got to try and get past that. And maybe we'll be okay.
That is
but
hilarious.
I hear it's a really good book. So I'm like, just tough it through.
I didn't know there was this niche fandom for hockey books.
I didn't know this either. I really didn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But no, today we'll figure out what our next book for next
That's so
book
fun.
club meeting will be.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
I know.
So you had book club. What else did you do? Work?
Yeah, work. There was I did a X-Men watching binge. I watched the movies, and I know you're a big nerd about X-Men.
I love X-Men.
But you know how they the third movie is the most unfortunate of them all.
It ruined
X-Men
it all.
Last Stand. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
ruined the entire
they never
thing.
So when they brought in X-Men First Class, X-Men Apocalypse, nothing was meshing together because Dr. Xavier died in the third movie, right? And so did, Scott and Jean, yada, yada.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, X-Men Apocalypse, they need to go back in time to stop Mystique from killing
that
all
was
this.
Days of Future
Oh,
Past.
sorry. That's the one I meant.
No, you're good.
That's the one I meant. Is Days in Future Past, whatever. They all mesh together at some point.
Yeah.
But like Dr. Xavier's there. He's like, yeah, no, Logan, you totally need to go back and like save the day. For sure. And I'm like, where'd you come from? From beyond?
So
like,
that wasn't explained in the movie, but in the comics, like he can project his like physical being in any form. Just like in X2, like he was standing,
right?
Like not in a chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he can project himself into everybody's mind, like he can, and like make them see him how he wants them to see him. So, but like he was technically dead, right? And like for like Last Stand,
right? Like you see him go into dust, like disintegrated.
In the comics, like he dies, but then like never dies. He like comes back.
I see, but like so his younger self back in the 70s or whatever, he like goes through Logan's mind to go and then he talks to his older self, and I'm like, this is still not making any sense, only because they make reference to how Jean died, right? But Jean couldn't have died without Dr. Xavier dying, and Magneto was supposed to lose his powers. I know there was a little snippet at the end of Last Stand that he like moved that little chess piece, but
that he had his powers,
right? But then he is still like with everybody, and has all this power still. And I'm like, they just need to explain more, because this wasn't making sense. It was a big mess.
So the whole movies, like the movies of X-Men are such a fucking disaster.
No, and then it's Origins Wolverine.
Did you watch those?
Well, yeah. I watched like a whole, like I said, I did a whole marathon. Like I even watched the in-between ones.
Oh, so you saw how Jean was like coming back into Wolverine's like
and then
Flash,
but X-Men Origins Wolverine was just a horrible movie, just horrible.
No,
what they did
completely
to
like Ryan
Reynolds.
Deadpool.
So sorry. I'm so glad that you were able to talk to the people and say like, no, and, like, I want another chance. Right?
And redeem it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was unfortunate. And honestly, he just creeps me out when he's that mutant guy.
Yeah. No, so Disney Plus just came out with X-Men 97.
Oh.
And so basically it's the cartoon. It's like a reboot of the cartoon back in the day, but it's really like it's like made for not children. Like it's not made for children.
Oh, it still like has like the commentary like what adults like in Deadpool have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I guess like that's really good, and I guess that like I should probably check that out. But basically like they're really, the writers from that is like really diving into the comics and like trying to get it right, because they are rebooting X-Men and they are like going to redo the entire thing. Like that's like Marvel's phase 5 or phase 4.
I guess
it's like they're diving into Fantastic Four and they're diving into
X-Men. Not another Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
I know. But like thank God like this new Fantastic Four. You know the guy who was on Stranger Things and he was like the new one and he had like the devil horns with the tongue and like the hair. Everybody was wearing his like band t-shirt.
Oh yeah. I think his name was Eddie. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So he is playing
Mr. Fantastic or what?
No.
The Heat Man?
Playing,
the Thing.
Yes.
Flame and Torch.
He's playing Flame and Torch, and Pedro Pascal is playing Mr. Fantastic.
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so good. But they're not retelling the story of like how they got their powers. Okay. They're just like starting it off like, listen, this is what they are. Just like they did with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Which I think is smart. Because
like we don't need another one of those startup movies.
We do not need that. But basically they're like not going to like dive into Avengers until like Avengers, like young Avengers are old enough to like be young Avengers. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I see. Like what the kids who are admiring them right now.
Yes.
Their generation of when they're adults, that's when they'll do it.
Yeah, they're waiting them to get them a little bit older. But anyways, sorry you guys. I love Marvel. I'm such a geek for Marvel. I love X-Men has my fucking heart.
Do you really count that as Marvel though?
Yeah, it's Marvel. I mean, it's Fox owned Marvel, but you know, like Days of Futures Past.
It's good. It really is.
It corrected everything.
Yeah, it kind of like brought everything back into place.
Right, and then that's how they were able to like go back in time and do that, because basically like he changed the course of time, so like they could rewrite it any way they wanted to. But anyway, sorry, but yeah, X-Men phenomenal.
I know, I thought that would get you talking. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. I love X-Men.
Oh god, what are you drinking?
So basically, this is a triple shot. Okay, so this will be annoying. This is how my week's been going. So I currently am on the keto diet.
Oh, really? Kudos to you.
Yes, thank you. So basically, my mom is on a keto diet. It's a little different, but basically that's what she is on. And I was talking to her, and I was like, maybe I want to try this out. So I downloaded an app.
Okay.
Paid for a subscription. They got me. And I basically can't eat carbs.
Right.
And I have to eat very, very low sugar. So, I'm having a triple shot espresso with a salted caramel protein shake.
Oh. They have those really there?
Well, no, I just like bought a protein shake, and I just asked for the triple shot espresso over ice. And then I went and bought a protein shake and put it in there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Made my own little latte.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I've never seen you really drink like that light of a color for coffee. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So that's what I'm drinking. If not, I'll just like, I have like the jug of Starbucks coffee, and I'll like do that, and then I'll do some protein shake. But so this is only 4.5 net carbs. So I get 30 carbs a day. So I only have 25 carbs left for today. Yesterday didn't go as well. I had 40 carbs, so I got 10 carbs over. So I have to like do 10 carbs lower. So I only really have like 15 carbs left.
I can't do dieting and math. It's just too much for me.
Oh my God, no, seriously, I was on the phone with my mom at the grocery store, and I was like, so what do I look at? She goes, you have to look at the carb, and then you have to look at the other carb, and then you have to look at the sugar, and then she goes, and then you have to do some math, because if it's this number and this number, then actually it's 0. And I'm like,
no.
I was like, no. I'm sorry.
I'll just drink water for the day.
No, literally, I'm like, I'll just like fast for the next month, right. It'll be good.
My friend Erica, she is doing keto, and the alcohol she drinks is these seltzers called Carb List. Have you heard of those?
Yes.
I had one at the wedding last weekend, and that was I was in a wedding.
Oh my God,
yeah. But no, those were really good. They were very good.
Yeah. So my mom had them, and so basically that's what I'm buying now is like the carbless seltzers. And because Blaine, I was telling Blaine I'm doing the keto diet, and he was like, because he's basically all he's doing is like suppressing his calories, like cutting everything in half. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't think that's gonna work for me because I just don't have self-control with food.
No, I totally understand.
I love food, and like I will literally, if you put it on my plate, I will eat all of it. And basically my stomach is like an endless pit, and like I just don't have the full sensation.
No, I totally understand.
Is that weird?
No.
Yeah. And so like I just like I can't cut my calories in half because I'll just want more. So
and then you become irritable when you're fucking hungry.
Exactly. So I can eat things. It's just like I have to be smart about what I'm eating. And that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. It does for me, but yeah.
Diets, I will say diet culture is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It does not work for everybody. Diets.
Or like diets. You find your groove, but then you're like, okay, I'll take a break. And then that break becomes 3 months. And you're like, oh shit, I'm back where
Literally, I was telling my mom. She goes, you have to be like really strict for the first 2 weeks, and then it gets easier. And she goes, but like, because my mom, when she was in Florida, she wasn't on her diet. So she was off her diet for 3 weeks, right? But she didn't gain any weight. She didn't lose any weight. So she was stagnant, which is great. But she was like, getting back onto my diet is going to be the hardest part.
Right.
So she's like, now I have to have another 2 weeks of like trying to be really strict. So I'm like, but it's kind of nice because like my mom does it and I do it. Yeah. So it's kind of like this partner. Like, I have a partner. I have a supporter. Yeah, like my mom and I are bonding right now. So it's nice in that way.
for sure.
So how was the wedding?
It was good. Yo, when I told you I was sore as hell the next 3 days.
You were dancing?
I was dropping it low so hard.
I know it. That's
you know, you've seen me dance.
I've seen
you.
I've seen you. Yeah,
and I had my eye on that DJ.
As always.
He was the most beautiful man. And I'm like, I did not see a ring on that finger.
Oh,
so I'm like, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I'm going for it. So any chance I got, like, throughout any song, like, he was playing Fergalicious, and it was, like, the part where I blow kisses, and I, like, look at him, and I point at him, and I do, like, a little pop and squat. When Faith has some alcohol in her, like,
okay,
life's her oyster.
Do you ever like have like a night where like you're at the wedding or you're like at a club and you're like drinking and you are like feeling yourself?
Oh, that's how I was.
You are
all
literally
night.
breaking it fucking down on the dance floor,
and everyone's just having the best time watching me. Yeah.
No, do you ever get like wake up the next morning and you get secondhand embarrassment?
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly how I was feeling. Now I think about it, I'm like, fuck. And then you know what else I found out? I'm pretty sure he has a baby mama at home because he has like a 2-year-old and like a fresh baby. And I'm like, oh. Well, I'm going to accept that because that is why he didn't try and tap this. That is why.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And he was being a respectful boyfriend. And
yeah.
I will respect that. I'm sorry. I made a fool of myself. Next time, just buy a fake ring, put it on your finger, so these drunk women aren't hitting on
like,
you.
Next time, like, let's stop. Like, sir, like, stop sending mixed signals.
Like, seriously.
Like, it's so inappropriate.
And then, so there was like, he was like playing some songs that they were fun, but they weren't like good to dance to. Like, he was playing "Take on Me" by Aha. You know, take on me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we need something else. So I go over.
You need to, like,
I go over to talk to him, like how anyone else goes to talk to a DJ. And I'm like, hey, what are the next few songs you're playing? And he's like, I don't know, what you feeling? And I'm like, I'm feeling some T-Pain. And he's like, I got you. And I'm like, thanks. And I like touch his elbow. And I go back and I'm
making moves.
I know. Some would maybe call it sexual harassment. Who knows? But
oh my God. No, you were like, I have my eye on the prize.
And he was friends with my friend Erica at the wedding because they went to high school together.
Oh, yeah.
They graduated together. And so he would come and talk to her, which I was right next to her. So I'm like, of course, like talking back to him and looking up at his beautiful eyes. And he was like, hey, I need you guys to go back to the photo booth. And I'm like, oh, you need a pic? Okay. And he's like, no, like, I want you to make sure, like, you to tell everyone, like, the dance is going to start in, like, 3 minutes. And I'm like, oh, totally. We can totally do that for you, Andre. Okay.
Andre.
Okay. And he's like, okay.
Okay. Okay.
No, now that I think about it, I was coming off a little hard. A little too much.
That's fucking hilarious. No, I don't think that.
Look, it's been a while for Faith. She needs some, okay?
She needs some.
I've been lonely.
She's putting it out there and waiting for the universe to get
Especially
back.
at weddings, when you don't have a date, you're like,
oh my God. Yes. Love is in the air.
Exactly. Pick up what I'm putting down, bro.
Literally.
But no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's fun. Weddings are a ton of fun.
Mm-hmm.
My DJ was not someone that I don't think anybody would want to like climb like a tree.
No, I don't even remember what your DJ looked like.
He was awesome. I loved him.
Yeah.
He was so cool. Loved him. He got my vibe. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like he had really good taste in music. I don't know what about anything else, but he was really good.
Well, that's all that matters, really.
That's all that matters.
What I think of your wedding and I think of us dancing, I think of Man in the Mirror being played. The most random song, and we're killing it.
The most random song. We were killing it. Well, I just think that we like had this like underlying understanding of like, this is the song that we sing in choir.
Yeah.
And
so it's like, it's our moment right now.
It was our moment.
We could have done Defying Gravity, but no, we chose Man in the Mirror.
And nobody else would have gotten the vibe.
No, they still didn't for Man in the Mirror, but it was good.
No.
Nonetheless.
It was so good. Nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
I just like at my wedding, I didn't give a fuck about what other people thought about the playlist or songs that I wanted.
No, this is your day.
this is my day. And the last thing I'm going to do is like not have a fucking riot at my own wedding.
Exactly.
So I was like, I'm getting fucked up and I'm having, this is a club now. So sorry, like wedding to club, nightclub.
Bye.
Within seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Alex went on a date last night.
Did she? Ooh,
Yeah,
Alex.
I know. Alex, love her.
Good for
She's
her.
so funny. She calls me and she like FaceTimes me and she goes, so she doesn't like, we know Alex as like this wild fucking child, party girl, party animal, loves to have a good fucking time, will fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
So she's kind of rebranded into this like Sophia Richie kind of gal, but more like more Wisconsin-esque.
Well, of course, yes.
Right. So she's kind of rebranded, and it was kind of wild being on vacation with her, and she was just like, she don't drink no more. Oh. She wants to have her Coke and she wants to just chill. And that's kind of Alex's vibe now.
Okay.
So
Nothing
she calls
wrong with
me.
that.
No, not literally, not at all. I'm like, okay,
No, yeah.
rebrand.
Yeah.
Understood. I rebranded. I love a rebrand. Everybody knows I love a rebrand.
Absolutely.
So, she calls me and she goes, I'm getting prepped for my date. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm taking shots of Bacardi. I'm like, oh my God, who are you? Like, I'm like,
I love
what
that.
is happening? I know, she's so funny. So I actually have to call her today to see how the date went. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Moving on.
Yes.
Faith and I are relaunching our Patreon, and it's coming soon. We have a ton of ideas. So basically the tier went up to, I believe it's $7.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is for Patreon, paid content, patreon.com/@thechatclub podcast. Do not subscribe now because you won't get any content.
There's your like getting ready vlog or like.
Oh yeah, there's some things on the Patreon right now if you guys want really want to check it out.
Tour stuff.
Eras tour vlog was basically a movie. And what else was there? Oh, the getting ready for it the day before, getting all the behind the scenes. If you guys really want to know about that, go check out the Patreon, patreon.com/@thechatclub podcast. But anyway, we are relaunching it. Faith and I are going to be every month. There is going to be a solo episode of Faith, a solo episode of me, and that may come in a form of like a YouTube video, like a get ready with me, a day in the life vlog, a podcast episode, audio or video. It may come in many forms. Mm-hmm. And then Faith and I will do a bonus episode for the month as well. So we will just do
twice in a week,
podcast episode. We'll get into the, it's behind a paywall. So I'm cool with talking about anything.
Oh, true.
Like we can talk
do
about
some story times. Brandon.
We can do some story times where we can get into some
heavy details.
And we can talk about whatever. Like we could do a top 5 inside jokes, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, Faith and I will do it.
Yeah.
And so we have a plan to relaunch the podcast or the Patreon with a really, really fun idea. It's not original, I wouldn't say, but it's like a fun idea. And definitely not part of my keto diet. So, but we will do it. I will break the keto diet for the Patreon.
Sad.
But yeah, so we're planning on that soon.
Yeah, and I want to, after this, we can try and plan a time for me to come down to see y'all.
Yes, would love. Mm-hmm. Okay, well with that, anything else, Faith?
No, I think we should just start diving into some Hollywood stories.
I think we should dive into some Hollywood stories. First story. Taylor Swift breaks multiple records at Spotify with the Tortured Poets Department album. The singer released her highly anticipated 11th studio album at midnight on Friday, followed by the surprise double album 2 hours later. So breaking records is not new for Taylor, obviously.
Right.
And she has done it with her 11th studio album. So Spotify revealed on Friday, mere hours after the Grammy winner singer dropped the album, Tortured Poets, became the audio's giant, most streamed album in one single day, surpassing 200 million streams in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
The Cruel Summer Singer newest record likely won't become as a surprise to fans, as audio streamers shared on Thursday prior to the album's release that it's become the most pre-saved album on Spotify, which is crazy. So basically, she released Tortured Poets, and then at 2 a.m., there's a lot of twos. Like, there was, like, a ton of conspiracy theories. Like, when she announced Tortured Poets, she goes 2 years, and she, like, flashed to 2. And then, like, the lead up to...
Who comes up with this? But, I mean, like, how does she think of it? Like, I think that, like, the fans will figure it out. Like, it's just... What is that?
In Midnights, she, like, referenced 2 multiple times. So she was, like, referencing this album in Midnights that she wrote almost 5 years ago. Like... It's crazy. The Easter eggs will never stop. Anyhow.
Wild.
So at 2 a.m. she releases, it's a double album. So she releases, it was a 16 track album. And then she releases an additional 15 tracks for the album. And that is the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, and which is super, super cool. So basically, this record is not new for Taylor to break. Previously, it was Cowboy Carter, which is phenomenal by Beyonce.
Is that the one with Miley Cyrus as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We didn't talk about that album, and I don't know why, but honestly, you guys, check it out. Cowboy Carter by Beyonce. It's fucking phenomenal. I like it better than Renaissance, and that's saying something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And anyhow... So that is who previously had the record.
Yeah.
But before that, it was
Ariana
1989.
Oh.
No, it was 1989 Taylor's version, and then it was Midnights. So, like, this is not a new record for Miss Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So, the album. I know you have not listened to it.
No. I was going to say... I'm going to be honest. I listened to that song you sent me, the high school one.
Wasn't it cute?
That was a very cute song. I like how she said,
cute.
like, when you do imitations of your dad. And I'm like, I can only imagine.
Yeah, and then like, there's a line where it was like, are you going to marry, kiss, or kill me? It's just a game. That's a reference to a video back in 2016 when Travis Kelce was in a press interview. And they're like, kiss, marry, kill, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and somebody else, and he married Taylor Swift. And so it was like really cute to reference it. But let me talk about this album for a hot minute. I was not expecting, now this is like wild. I was not expecting it to do as well as Midnights.
Okay.
Just because I like just didn't know what the vibe was going to be.
Right.
Like, the album was super fucking... Like, the album title was super long. I was like, Tortured Poets Department. Okay, weird. And then I was like, whatever. I just didn't know the vibe. She was releasing all these, like, variants of the vinyls. And I was like, I just don't... This is all fucking weird to me. I just don't understand the vibe. Is she trying to... Like, But I was like, this is a breakup album, so I understand that it's, like, very moody and, like, very sad because of Joe Alwyn, right? But this album literally is a poetic, like if she wrote a book of poems, that's what this album was about. Like, it's literally a biography of everything that she has felt for the past 2 years with her breakup with Joe, her situationship with Maddie Healy, and her new relationship with Travis.
I forget about Maddie.
I know.
Whatever.
And she reveals in this album that, like, they have been on again, off again for 10 years. Maddie Healy.
Really?
Yes.
Weird.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, like, he doesn't seem that, like, that special to, like, put your time in more than once, you know?
Right. So, like, there's a ton of songs about that, and there are songs about So Long London is really heart-wrenching. It's about her breakup with Joe, and like it's just so sad. And like there's reference of like her desperately wanting to marry him and him desperately just like pushing her further away the more years they like spent together. And it was just like really, really sad. So it's just very poetic. Her writing skills are insane. And with that, I want to say to everybody who is like making tweets being like, Taylor Swift is super fucking annoying, I don't get her vibe, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to like the fucking music, right? People are like, so the song that I sent you, So High School, there's a reference of like, touch me while your bros are playing Grand Theft Auto. Like, they're like, wow, this is your songwriter of the decade. Like, this is like not lyric, blah, blah, blah. You don't get it. You don't get, like, that is one song out of 31. And the song is called So High School. It's supposed to be childish.
Exactly.
Right. And 31 songs, most of them are like poetic, like very, very thought out, structured. You don't have to like your music. You can be critical of her. I don't give a fuck. You just can't say that she's not talented. Like, she's not the best vocalist. I will be the first to say that. But she is talented. Like, she can write a fucking beat.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to reference this, just like Kim Kardashian. You don't have to like the Kardashians, right? People are like, I don't understand. Like, they have no talent. I don't know why they're famous. Well, they're very, very smart business people.
Yeah.
And that is a fucking talent within itself. So I just want to say, everybody who thinks that Taylor Swift is like annoying and isn't the songwriter of the decade, you just don't fucking get it. And it's okay. You are just not on the right side of history.
That's exactly it.
Yes, that's exactly it. But I want to talk to you about a song that's on the album, and I don't know if you've heard about it.
Okay.
It's called Thank You, Amy. And it's all in lowercase.
Is that Travis's mother's name?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Thank You, Amy is a song, and that's all in lowercase. But I'm going to tell you the letters that are in uppercase.
Okay.
K-I-M.
Are you referencing the Kardashian?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Faith.
That's wild. That's some petty shit right there.
It was the song. The entire song is petty. The entire song is petty. And it's basically like, at first it starts out as like, you're a high school bully who just wants to see me fail. And then it goes into like, I would like to think that everything that you're doing to me and pushing me down, I'm actually building an empire in my mind. And there's this one thing she's like, listen, I've built myself a legacy. That's something you can't take away from me. But the sweetest revenge is one day your kids will be coming home from school singing my songs that you know are about you.
I mean, I'm sure North has already.
North has made multiple TikToks using Taylor's music.
Wow.
And like she made a TikTok to Karma, which is entirely about Kanye West. It's just
that is hilarious.
It's just so funny. Like the amount of petty.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
How can you not love it? You know what I mean?
And like Kim can't even hate on it because like that's also genius as it is. You know?
Yeah, it's fucking genius.
Plus, she's getting more publicity. She loves that shit.
And so it's kind of funny because in the lyric, like one of the lyrics is like, I will give you multiple names in disguise, but my clues will my clues are just like, so you can't notice my clues. But then like she names the song Thank You, Amy, capitalizing Kim. So like it's like funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, oh, I'm not gonna leave any clues, but I'm gonna leave the biggest clue in the title. Which is just so brilliant.
Is it Amy with an I and E?
A-M-I-E-E.
Okay. Because I was like,
or
where's the I?
I-M-E-E. It's A-I-M-E-E. And I have to think that she did that on purpose because it smells aim. A-I-M.
Yeah.
Like she was aimed at. Like, so it was like aimed at Kim.
Love that.
I don't know. It's beautiful. Yeah, love that. Anyways, so Tortured Poets Department. You guys listen to the album. It's so fucking good.
I'll
And if you want to be sad, yeah, if you want to be sad, listen to that. And if you're going through a breakup, listen to it.
I love being sad. Thank you.
Oh my God, I have to send you the song called "I Can Do It with a Broken Heart."
Okay, cool.
And it's basically a song about how she was on the Eras tour while heartbroken.
I mean, yeah.
She's like, I'm so depressed that I feel like it's my birthday every day. Like, it's just.
Oh.
And she
Love
goes,
that.
I'm so depressed I cry every single day, but I use it as a form of artwork, and that's a talent within itself. And it's like, oh my God, it's so funny because it's like this really, it starts out like a really, really sad song. And also, like, the chorus is like really poppy and upbeat. And you're like, what is going on?
Jump scare.
Yeah, literally. Yes. So, anyways, Tortured Poets Department, listen to it. It's phenomenal. I loved it.
Noted.
Okay.
We got our Taylor out.
Yeah.
Did you see how cute she was at Coachella with Travis, though?
Oh my God. Yeah. Let's talk about Coachella for a minute. So it was kind of wild that like nobody anticipated them to be there.
I thought because, I don't know, I guess I don't see her in a public setting like that without a bunch
Right.
of like security. You know what I mean?
So apparently she had bodyguards there, but like I didn't see them in the videos.
They're, like, in
and I guess they're like,
disguise.
yeah, they're like dressed up as like whatever, but like people are
That's
like, no,
kinda
this
rad.
is like her bodyguard. And I'm like, that's crazy. But I loved the way Travis was just like holding her.
I know.
And Travis was just like protecting her at all costs. Like it was just so like it was very much like if you're going to get to her, you're going to have to get through me. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
They
and I
look
just
so
loved
cute.
how
And then
they're so cute.
and then there's just random like, you know, Sabrina and Barry just tag along.
I know. Oh yeah. And then there's like Justin Bieber in the front
Yeah.
row, like not even like nodding his head.
Right.
It's so funny because the DJ that they were listening to is James Kennedy, which James Kennedy is from Vanderpump Rules
Oh, okay.
on Bravo, which I was like telling you about Vanderpump Rules.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, and if you know James Kennedy will never let this die. He found out Taylor Swift was listening to he's going to have the biggest head in the entire world.
Didn't she date a Kennedy?
Yes, like James Kennedy is not related to the Kennedys.
Oh, I know, but there was a Kennedy.
Okay. Yeah, she did date a Kennedy.
Like, didn't she like
And
buy
she
a whole
bought-
house to be next to him?
Yeah, Holiday House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that being in a J14 magazine. I'm like, how could you just do that? That's so wild.
I know. I wish. I wish. Let me just spend $14 million on a home because I really like this boy.
Right? No big deal.
If I would do that. If I had the funds, I would have done that.
Yeah, I can see you doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, they were super, super cute. And like Sabrina Carpenter, she looked so cute and her
She
set.
did. Have you heard her
looks so
espresso
cute.
song? It's so cute.
No, I haven't listened to it, but I saw like a ton of advertisements
Yeah.
for it. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Okay,
I like
good.
a lot of her music.
Same. I've really become like Emails I Can't Send is a really good album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good like Feather. Nonsense.
Nonsense. There was like another one. Fast cars and fast nights. Yeah.
Oh yeah, what a
I think it's
what is
it's
that
called
one?
Fast Nights or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Mhm. That music video,
That-
she looked hot. And I'm like, why can't I look like that?
She is gorge.
I know. She's like a little Barbie doll.
Gorge.
So cute.
It's still so weird to like think that she was on
Disney.
Girl Meets World.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's also hard to believe like she's only like a couple years younger than us.
See, I just like my mind can't wrap my head around it. Okay, like
I'm still 17.
no, literally, like I just don't. Okay, so
I
I'm
know.
just like delusional.
No, me
I'm
too.
delusional.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm delusional, and I think that like when I'm older, I'm gonna become famous, and like I'm older now, and I'm an adult, and I'm just like it's not happening.
We're trying. We're trying.
Like it's just that's in my head. I was like, this is what I'm meant to do, but you know.
Like that should be me. Why am I always jealous of everyone who's younger than
That
me?
should be me. Yeah, literally.
Being on that stage.
No, quite literally. I'm like, I'm just delusional, and I just think
No.
that like I'm famous in my head.
That's
you know?
exactly it. That's why I don't like Billie Eilish. It's It's not fair. It's just not
No,
fair.
you're like, no, that's just like not fair.
No.
But then like it gives me hope because like some people become famous at like 40.
Yeah, like Pedro Pascal. Like he was in other stuff, right, when he was younger, but he didn't like
I know.
Get it until
I know, but like here I am like expecting that thing to happen to me and like but I'm not in anything.
Right. We're just living in the Midwest.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so moving on to the second story.
Yes.
Inside Emma Roberts' $3.6 million grown-up dollhouse in LA. And she quotes, "My home is like a womb."
Right.
Right.
Totally.
So Emma Roberts is giving fans an inside look into her charming $3.6 million home in Los Angeles. It's kind of something out of a fairy tale. Quote, "My home is like a womb." The actress who lives in the cozy home with her ex-partner, Garrett Hidlund. I don't know who that is.
Is that her baby daddy?
Yeah, that's her baby daddy.
Oh.
Because there's like basically, she lives with her son, as I would hope.
Rhodey or Rhodes.
Rhodes, who's 3 years old. She told Arc Digest, "I haven't always had that. I think I've lived in this house I think I've lived in 10 houses before I was 15. So for now, having a son, I wanted a place that felt really like home," which that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
The American Horror Story star turned to designers Emily Ward to transform the residence into a cozy grown-up dollhouse. So I don't know if you like seen any videos, but like on TikTok and stuff, I haven't like watched the interview.
I saw her like
TikTok,
like holding dolls and stuff.
She has a doll collection.
Okay, so the reason why I didn't think that was real, I thought that was like promo for American Horror Story.
The way you thought it wasn't real.
I think it was, so I was like, I'm just gonna scroll past it. I'm not interested. I don't know what's going on in American Horror Story, so I'm gonna scroll past. So that was real. That's her real doll collection.
That's real.
I thought that was her playing her character.
Collection. No, Faith, when I watched this interview, I'm sitting here. Yes. Well, it's kind of because like the new season, there's dolls incorporated into it. So I was like,
yeah. So I thought, like how she's trying to be famous. I thought that's like her pretending to be her famous character, getting the whatever digest. And so she's like, and these are my dolls. And I'm like, of course. Yeah. Act, Emma, act. Get it.
Act, girl. Like you look so real.
So I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to watch this. It's fine.
No, so I'm like watching that. I'm watching like TikToks about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And she goes, this is my favorite part. Like, I'm so excited about this. And I'm like, okay. And so she's like going, and she goes to this like shelf, and it has all these dolls. And I'm like, and she's like going through all her first doll she ever had. This is the newest doll she just got for her birthday that she like looked for, but then her boyfriend got for her as a surprise, and like all these things. I'm like. Okay, like I understand. I loved dolls growing up.
Right, brat dolls, Barbies.
Totally understand.
One and the same, really.
Yeah, so it was really interesting. And then they're like, and then she ends the portion of that interview with, people are like, "Aren't you afraid they're like gonna come to life?" And she goes, and I dream about that every day. I really wish they would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that I wanted that too from when I was a child.
After
watching Toy Story. But
Emma Roberts is such a meme. Like she's on so that interview. She was talking about the video that went viral of her like at the ocean, and she's just like flowing her hair, and she's like, like there's like this like meme, and it's like people use it on Twitter like. This would be like so vulgar, but like just douched, and then they're like a picture of Emma Roberts, like it's just so funny.
Is it just me, or when I picture Emma Roberts, I still picture her as Claire from Aquamarine, Unfabulous as well,
Unfabulous,
but she was pretty much the same. She still had jacked up teeth in Aquamarine.
She looks the exact same. She has that H a day. And then, like, you look at JoJo and you're like, that's a woman. And, like, that's a girl.
Mm-hmm. But she still has the same, like, raspy, low voice. And I'm, like, still jealous.
Still jealous.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just somebody... she's just such a meme.
She's so... Not the tongue.
Like, She was saying that like her sister was telling her like, listen, your Instagram content is not it. Like, and she goes, and my sister is like 21 years old and like she's Gen Z and she's hip and she knows what's up. Like, and she goes, you're like, you need to start posting more videos of yourself. Like your video content is like mid. Like you need to, bring it up. So she's like, so I just like made my boyfriend take a cute little photo of me, like a video of me, like thinking that is cute, and I just like put it on Instagram. And I'm like, girl, like it's just so funny because like it came off as like millennial trying to be with
that's
the times.
Exactly
like,
it. And I
exactly
appreciate her for that.
No, like please, Emma, like
more.
That's your brand.
Keep it going.
More. We want more. We want more. Yes.
Do it with your doll next time,
I need like a doll recreation of Emma Roberts' beams.
Like, oh god, so stupid.
You get it.
Totally.
Okay, third and final story, which probably isn't like major pop culture news, but like news for Faith and I, because Faith and I are huge fans of
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Yes. Do you want to pronounce his name for me so I don't butcher it?
I don't know his full name. Okay, here. You tell me what you think it is, and then we'll edit it, and I'll say it.
Okay. Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito?
It's Espostio. Esposito.
Esposito?
Does that sound right?
You just sound so white when you're saying it.
I know. I'm like not.
Although you could just say the guy who plays Gus on Breaking Bad.
The guy who plays Gus. Okay, so great. So if you know Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I just realized we're still filming too.
I know. You guys, I will butcher words. I will butcher names. It's just something I have in me.
Mm.
And that's because
Are you able to show me on the iPad? Like maybe.
Oh, maybe. Hold on.
Because I can't look at words in my head.
No, it's same. But I don't know if it's going to be backwards or not.
No. I'm going to sound like a stupid dumbass. Giancarlo Esposito. Giancarlo Esposito.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so him.
Okay, getting into the story. Says he was scheming his own murder before Breaking Bad success. Mm-hmm. So Gian Esposito, sorry you guys, admitted he was once in such dire financial strains that he actually considered killing himself so his family could get insurance money. Quote, "That's how low I was." A 65-year-old actor who eventually went to star in Breaking Bad and many other shows said during his interview with SiriusXM that he said that was my way out. My brain was telling me was, hey, do you get life insurance if you commit suicide? Do they get any bread? He explained, my wife had no idea why I was asking this stuff. I started scheming. So he basically said that he was like going to kill himself, but like if you commit suicide, you don't get any insurance money.
Right.
So he was going to hire a hitman to kill him. So he said, I wanted them to have a life. It was a really hard time in my life. I literally thought of self-ammunition. So how could they survive? So that is just like so sad. So he ends up getting the role for Breaking Bad, and basically it was just like it was a financial savior for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I need one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is so sad. I loved his character in Breaking Bad.
He did so good. Yeah.
He did so well. Like he's a villain in Breaking Bad. I mean, there's like no good people in Breaking Bad, but like
no, there really isn't.
No, but he's like one of the
antagonists.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
yeah, but he was a very big main character for quite a while.
Huge for like multiple seasons, and then they kill him. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch it, but it's good.
But like also like the show's been out for like 10+ years.
Yeah, because he ran the chicken restaurant. Well, the chicken restaurant. It's like KFC, but it was Los Pollos Hermanos. What is that? What does that mean, Brandon?
The chicken, the Lay's chicken.
Did you just say the lazy chicken?
Yeah.
Los pollos. That means the chicken.
Oh, chicken brothers.
Yeah, hermanos means brothers. The chicken brothers.
Yeah.
The lazy chicken. Can I coin that?
I would. That. Don't steal that. I'm gonna brand that. I literally trademark the lazy chicken. I'm gonna have that. No. So, did you see his show on Netflix? It was really good. It was Kaleidoscope.
No, but wait, is that the one that like it plays different every time you watch it?
Yes.
I think you told me about it, but I didn't get to watch it. But I remember you telling me about it.
It was so good. It was a very, very cool story. Like no matter what episode you get, it ranged it in different orders, but either one had a conclusion of the story. It was so wild.
That's crazy.
Because every episode felt like a cliffhanger. So you're like, oh shit, so what?
Yeah, what's gonna happen next then? Well, what's
gonna happen next?
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you're like, that's the conclusion. I got it. Thank you. It was so good. Are you still thinking about my name butchering? Yeah, lazy brothers, lazy chicken.
The
brothers.
Lazy chicken. the sad
lazy
chicken.
No, literally.
I love
literally, you guys.
I love you. It's funny though because I failed at I passed Spanish 1 and I only took Spanish 2 to go on to I wanted to go to Barcelona, but they chose to go to Guatemala, so then I just purposely failed Spanish.
You wanted
2.
to strut like you mean it.
That's exactly it. I only wanted to go to Europe.
It's free your mind.
That's exactly.
If it's not enough just to dream it.
Come on. Get up when you feel it. It's your chance to fly.
So good. She was on a podcast recently.
I saw that.
And yeah,
with her wife?
the lady's like, yeah, and she's like, you've never seen Cheetah Girls? And she goes, no. And then she's like, and then she like starts singing Strut. And then her wife is sitting there. And she's like, shut. And I'm like, stop.
I saw the interviewer so there was like a person who was on the other side of like a phone or whatever saying, what was your guys' like childhood crush, like yada yada yada, like she repeated herself several times and the girl's like, okay, we get it, girl, we get it, enough. I have a short attention span, nothing but love, but we get it, all right, let us answer it. I'm like, fuck. And so the podcast host
I have tears in my eyes.
Could you imagine be on the other end of
that
line and that girl says that? You're like, oh, okay. But she's like, so the host of the show, she says, Corbin Bleu was her favorite because he was like the only like black guy on Disney. And I'm like, okay, yeah, valid. Yeah. And like Raven Simone was like, yeah, no, definitely. And then they asked, I forgot what Raven calls her wife, but so it's Raven's wife. And they're like, what was yours? And she's like, Tyrese. And the host busted out laughing. She's like, what the? And I didn't know who that was. And then they said, yeah, no, he was great in like those Fast and Furious movies. And I'm like, oh, he's the guy who plays Roman.
I'm literally crying.
And I'm like, the whitest girl's like, yeah, Tyrese was my childhood crush. Like,
no, that's literally why it's so funny.
That's why the host was dying. So funny.
It's just so funny.
That is so funny.
There was like, I don't know what it was, but it was like Raven and the guest. There was a black woman on her show, and they were like relating things about being black, and then her wife said something, and the room went silent.
Yes.
And it's just like
she's
this
so
woman's
funny.
brand. This woman's like she's just so unintentionally funny.
Yes.
And her woman's brand is like to be like so fucking white. It's painful. Like it's me. Like that's me.
Yeah. And
oh my god, it's so funny.
And I love how much love Raven has for her wife too. So like that's amazing. I love it.
I remember Raven Simone over COVID. She was like doing these like Instagram lives with people. Mm-hmm. And so she did one with the girl who played Dorinda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sabrina, yeah. I think her name is something like that.
Oh wait, no. Maybe I'm.
That's the white girl.
Yeah, who plays
Aqua?
Aqua. Thank you.
Aqua. Oh, shoot. I don't remember her name. Okay.
They had beef.
They did?
Like Aqua. Yeah, that's the reason why Raven Simone left the Cheetah Girls.
Really?
Was because of her. Yeah.
That's wild. I love that tea.
Right.
Okay.
And so basically, like, they like did an Instagram live together, and the entire time Raven Simone is eating a peanut butter sandwich, just like bread and peanut butter, and she doesn't drink one thing.
Oh my God. I can't.
Like, my throat is so dry thinking about it.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm like,
where's my
how
milk?
Are you? No, literally, I'm like, how are you not so fucking parched?
Right.
Yeah, so that's like, yeah, I don't know. That's so funny.
It's so random, but I love it.
So random. That's so Raven. That's so Raven. All right, you guys, that's our.
Yeah, those were our stories.
Yeah, those are our stories. Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm glad that Giancarlo, if that was his name, I don't remember what I read.
I really hope he sees this. I really hope he knows that.
Nothing but love. Nothing but love.
Nothing but love, and we. Nothing but love.
Nothing but love. Yeah. I'm so happy that he's in a better financial and mental state.
Same. I'm really happy
because that's got to be a very big low, and to talk about it with the people, like for public,
God, I know.
That's wild.
That's
he must have gone to a lot of therapy to try, like, feel comfortable enough to unload that.
No, for real. 1,000%. All right, you guys. I think that's it. I think that's our episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching this week's episode. Yes. Make sure you guys check us out anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. We're also on YouTube for you visual listeners, youtube.com/@thechatclub podcast. Make sure you follow Faith and I at Faith Jerome and at It's Faith Jerome and at Brandon Nels T. Yeah, I think that's it.
Absolutely. So I love you lazy chicken.
Thank you. I love you, you sad chicken.
Bok bok.
Bye.
Bye bye bok bok.
Bye bye bok bok.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Euphemism.
Euphemism. I'm so glad that, like, if
we just
like
spent like 3 episodes in 2 seconds. We just
no, literally.
Reference,
like, if you guys watch or listen, like, you would understand our lingo,
especially
like,
the OGs.
Euphemism. Yeah. No, like, that's OG. Like, that's OG.
That's unfortunate. That's what it is.
I know. That's unfortunate. You guys, I'm so sorry about our videos. You know,
we were figuring shit out.
It just shows growth.
We were figuring shit out.
It was literally quite like a work in progress. It was like watching a train wreck.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't look away, you know?
You just can't look away. It's so funny. Anyways, all right. See you guys.
Bye. It's been real.
We'll see you in a few days because we'll.
Right. See you on Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday.
You little cunt.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.